Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Desi TV USA. I am Tabinda Gul. Let's take a look at the headlines. 8 planes drop supplies over Gaza for second day. Israeli rights group accuse government of genocide in Gaza. Trump gives Russia's 10 to 12 days to act on Ukraine war. Passenger evacuate American Airlines plane after smoke incident in Denver. Trump hosts UK Prime Minister Starmer in Scotland for talks on trade Gaza crisis. Thailand, Cambodia agree to ceasefire after Trump trade threat. And Pakistan Deputy Prime Minister Ishaq Dar calls for urgent actions on Palestine at United Nations conference. These are headlines, lead to news detail. Viewers, now the top story is here. Planes drop humanitarian aid over central Gaza for the second straight day. The following Israel's announcement of new efforts to ease the crisis, Israel said it has begun airdrops and it's implementing additional measures to allow aid into the region. However, relief group warned the aid is far from enough as Gaza's populations continue to suffer severe shortages. Viewers, two prominent Israeli human rights organizations have accused Israel of committing genocide against Palestinians in Gaza, marking the first major voices within Israeli society to make such a charge. The group statement challenges the government actions during the ongoing conflict. Israel strongly denies the allegations, maintaining its military operations are aimed at Hamas, not civilians.
Israel is committing genocide against the Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. For the past 22 months, we have witnessed unprecedented levels of civilian killings, of deliberate starvation, forced mass displacement, and the total destruction of most infrastructure necessary for human and social existence. The people of Gaza have been displaced, bombed, and starved, left completely stripped of their humanity.
Now, US President Donald Trump has set a new deadline of 10 to 12 days for Russia to show meaningful progress towards ending the war in Ukraine, warning of consequences if it is failed to act. The move reflects growing frustrations with Russian President Vladimir Putin as the conflict dragged on and diplomatic effort yield little breakthrough.
No reason in waiting. There's no reason in waiting. It's 50 days. I want to be generous, but we just don't see any progress being made. So what I'm doing is we're going to do secondary sanctions unless we make a deal. And we might make a deal. I don't know. You don't know. You know, Russia could be so rich right now. Instead, they spend all their money on war. They spend everything on war and killing people, and it doesn't make sense to me. I thought he would want to end this thing quickly. I really felt it was going to end. But every time I think it's going to end, he kills people. I'm not so interested in talking.
Viewers, now passenger evacuated an American Airlines planes on the runway at Denver International Airport on July 26, 2025, after smoke was seen blowing from beneath the aircraft. The airline reported a mechanical issues as the cause. Emergency slide were deployed and all passengers and crew exited safely without injuries. Authorities are investigating the exact cause of the smoke. Viewers, US President Donald Trump welcomed British Prime Minister Keir Starmer at his golf resort in Western Scotland for key talks. Discussions are expected to cover the recent bilateral trade deal and the deepening hunger crisis in Gaza. Trump, beyond by a major Europe trade agreement announced Sunday, said he believes Starmer will be equally satisfied with ongoing cooperation.
Cases knowing him a lot. I knew, the leaders of Pakistan and India, I know them very well. And, they're in the Middle East. We're going to be talking inside very much about Gaza and the humanitarian aspects of Gaza. Yeah.
Mr. President, what about Russia and Ukraine? You're talking about ceasefires.
I would have said 5 times we would have had a deal. I've spoken to President Putin a lot. I got along with him very well. But 5 times, and every time 4 times maybe, but we've had discussions, you and I have had discussions. Yeah. We thought we had that settled numerous times. And then President Putin goes out and starts launching rockets into some city like Kiev and kills a lot of people in a nursing home or whatever. You have bodies lying all over the street. And I say that's not...
Now, Thailand and Cambodia reach a ceasefire deal in Malaysia after 5 days of intense border clashes following US President Donald Trump's weekend warning of trade consequences. While both sides claim gains, the situations remain tense. Analysts said it's unclear who had the upper hand. The key questions now: will the fragile ceasefire hold, or is another flare-up inevitable?
And the life of our people. We agree to a ceasefire with assurance myself that it will be carried out successfully in good faith by both sides.
Viewers, in the last at the United Nations high-level conference on the peaceful settlement of the questions of Palestine, Pakistani Deputy Prime Minister Ishaq Dar delivered a strong address during the first plenary session. He reaffirmed Pakistan's unwavering support for a two-state solution and urged the international community to take urgent, concrete steps to end Israeli aggressions and ensure justice and peace for Palestinians.
Also acknowledge the important work of the 8 working groups co-chairs. Pakistan actively engaged in their deliberations and contributed forward-looking proposals to shape concrete outcomes. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, for over 75 years, the Palestinian people have endured occupation, displacement, and denial of their fundamental rights.
So viewers, thank you for watching and thank you for supporting. This is me, Tabinda, signing off. Stay tuned for more news. Desi TV USA, DTVNN and our OTT platform DTV Flex, where you can access to over 3,000 channels. So stay tuned and stay with us.
Neurological care is a pressing healthcare challenge in Pakistan. That's why Helping Hand USA is building Kind R, a world-class hospital with 130 plus clinics that is set to establish new standards for neurological care in Pakistan. As the first phase nears completion, anticipation is growing for the launch in the second half of 2025. Give zakat and sadaqah through Helping Hand USA today and join this historic endeavor to redefine future healthcare in Pakistan.